Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to YouTube! My name is SeaRaptor, and today we're bringing you a battle report from the bridge of Tier 9 Russian cruiser Dmitri Donskoi. As you've probably surmised by now, by looking at the load-in screen and the fact that this is 6v6, yes indeed, this is from the recently started season of Ranked Battles. This is actually my very first game of the season in Ranked Battles. And I'm really glad that we've gone back to Tier 9. Because I discovered that I really enjoyed the Tier 9 arms race season back when it ran, whatever that was, earlier this year, late last year, I can't remember. And so I'm glad to see Ranked come back to Tier 9. Now, one of the things, and I comment on this in chat, the amazing variety of battleships. There's 6 battleships in this game. There are no doubles. Every single one is a different battleship. I just thought that was noticeable because we historically don't see that kind of variety out of battleships in a lot of these competitive modes. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Raptor, why are you taking Donskoi? Well, back in that arms race season, I had a buddy of mine, Halcyon, over with Absolute Territory, ZR, here on North America, recommend Donskoi to me. We were on stream one night, and he's like, no, dude, trust me, just play Donskoi. And I was like, you're on crack. This ship is, no. He's like, just trust me, just trust me. Okay. So I took it out in the arms race season. And sure enough, like, that ship could get really good once you got a couple of those concealment buffs under your belt. Now, of course, we don't have anything like that running in this season, and I was immediately curious, can I get similar results? Like, can I get this ship to perform even though it has a ridiculous detection radius? Look at that, over 12 and a half kilometers. But 12-kilometer radar, really good guns. I was like, let's try it out. And here we are on Sleeping Giant. Now, you can see there very quickly that the Mogador has kind of already come along and capped B. I assumed it was the Mogador because he was into that cap so fast that that was my assumption. Now, I've set up to kite here because I'm expecting them to be pushing down the 7-8 line. This is a very common play for either the northern spawn on this map. It's actually a common play for both spawns on this map, but as you can see, my team has decided to do, I have no idea what they're doing. I don't. We can see the spotter plane from the Frigid Gross. He's up there in B. We can see the rune. He's well spotted. So we know there's at least those 2 ships on the flank. We haven't spotted the Mogador, and we haven't spotted the Alaska. Again, my assumption is that the Mogador is in B. My assumption is that the Mogador is leading the charge down the 7 line, trying to get up here and see what's going on. At the moment, I don't have any ships in range. Ah, there we go. I'm lit. Now, I'm lit, and I make a bit of a mistake here. Mogador, with his speed, might have blundered into my radar range just long enough for me to get a sniff of him. But instead, I wait, I hold. I think I'm gonna let my thought process here is let him get deeper into let him get deeper in, and then of course that doesn't actually happen. And by the time I do eventually pop my radar, he's nowhere to be found. Which is pretty sad, honestly. But it is what it is. So in the meantime, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not spotted anymore. Do I start shooting? I don't know, but I'm a little worried because, like, I'm getting pushed and all my battleships are still leaving. Look at these guys. The Seattle, I'm okay with that board position. He's over there. His job is to help ensure the integrity of the ACAP. What's the Soyuz doing? He has nothing to shoot at. The Missouri has nothing to shoot at. My Musashi, his turrets are pointing the wrong way. What is he gonna shoot at? I don't have any idea. I decide enough. So I'm reversing and crap. I'm reversing to try and dodge some shells here. The Alaska pops up. He's got a great shot. He does manage to thump me a little bit. He does not get any big citadels, which is a blessing. Donskoi's armor scheme is nice that way in that sometimes it'll troll your opponents a little bit in that, well, they'll overpin the crap out of you, but they won't necessarily get the big citadels. Now, the Alaska took a bunch of fires early, and I'm continuing to pound him with HE because, well, he's a battle cruiser. He burns longer than most cruisers. His base fire duration is 45 seconds. And if he hasn't taken some appropriate countermeasures to that, now that he's on a double fire, he could find himself in a whole world of pain. But I got 3 of these ships focusing me, and the Musashi is running away. The Missouri thank God, has at least turned around and is coming back to try and, act like he wants to, fight. That's nice to see. I load some AP for this rune, but these look good, and then, but I should have checked the map. At the angle, I'm not going to get a whole lot out of those. He's not going to get a whole lot out of his at that angle either, so it's kind of a wash. Now, the Alaska, I mean, look how low this guy is, right? I put he's still burning, right? I still got at least one of my fires on him. And now the Missouri is beating up on him, so that feels good. I'm glad. I'm like, yes, we're finally going to get this guy off the board. Outstanding. And then the Missouri turns north. Like, what are you doing? There's nothing up there to shoot at. Moments like these are why ranked is so rage-inducing. The Alaska's healing now, as the Freddy wanders into range. All right, well, the hell with it. Let's just keep shooting. I mean, we're up a cap. Their position. I mean, my frustration is I cannot hold back this push by myself. I need help. I need my battleships to show up, and they're both leaving. The Musashi is trying to kite, and the Missouri is just flat out leaving. Now, the Seattle, God bless him, they do kill the Georgia way over on the 3 line, or the 2 line, wherever he was. So thank God for that. The Alaska has the brains to go dark, and now my job is, again, I'm just kiting, right? I'm just slow rolling this, quarter speed, half speed, farming these guys for damage, trying to keep them out of the sea cap. But they don't have to slow down. They can just keep pushing. So, like, because I have no battleship support to help me, Guys. Now, the Alaska does make a bit of a mistake here. He pops up around this island where I can see him and start shooting at him. I know his heel is down because we just watched him use it. So now I've got to try and get a fire. It's probably going to take 2 because his DCP is likely up, but I've got to get a fire on this Alaska while he's visible. Okay, all right, come on, let's do this. There we go. Fantastic. Now, again, yep, he DCPs that right away. He can't afford to let that burn. If only I had a battleship here to help me, this would be easy. The Alaska, surprisingly, is continuing to fire. Now we see the Mogador at last is in sea. He has been pushing me this whole time, but he's been playing very intelligently and staying out of my radar range. So kudos to that guy for playing a great game. But I am just beyond... I'm at wit's end with my battleships. They are completely worthless in the positions they're in right now. Look at where the Missouri is. He has no one to shoot at. The Musashi has been running. A Musashi is running from a Friedrich de Gross. Now, what irritates me worse is he could make the argument, well, it's the torpedoes. I don't want to get torpedoed by the Mogador. It's like, guys, I'm a radar cruiser. I'm right here. I'm right here. Finally, I have to get off. I'm on the map edge, right? I have to get off the map edge. So I go dark with the intention of, all right, let's just get back into the fight here. Right? I got to get off the map edge, get my speed back. I'm not going to line ride this all day long. I don't know what the Mogador's done. I know he capped, but I don't know if he's run back north or if he's continuing to push through. So right now, I look at my main goal is I need to push up. I need to try and discourage this Freddy. And I need a radar to see if I can catch this Mogador, trying to keep pushing east or something. Like that's what I really don't want. I don't know where the Alaska is. He's actually stealthier than I am, I think. But he knows where I am now as I open up on the Freddy. Now, one thing I do have on this Donskoi is IFHE, which means I get a lot of pens on this Friedrich. So yeah, that feels really, really good. IFHE on these guns allows me to pin 38 millimeters of armor, which gets over the 37 that you find on a lot of these ships. The Friedrich pushes through sea. All right. I'm going to have to leave him to the Seattle, and dear God, I hope the Missouri gets into the war. So maybe that... Oh, the Alaska's popped up. Ooh, this could be bad. I've got a little worse of an angle here. No, I've got time. Okay. Whew. Good to go. Good to go. Now, I'm trying to fish and see if I can find out the Mogador, who still, to this point, 10 minutes gone, has not been spotted, believe it or not. But nope, nobody's seen him yet. Start managing to finally get some shells on this Alaska, but he goes dark again. There's the Mogador, all the way back up by B. Full health, because he's never been spotted until this moment. Now, my expectation is that our Kitakaze and the Missouri are going to lose that engagement with the Mogador. But I could be wrong. The Kita's health is not atrociously bad. And he does have some support nearby. Oh, they finally killed the Friedrich. That feels good. So my goal now, I want to push back into the sea cap. And I want to, if I can, I want to finish roasting this Alaska and turning him into barbecue. He spotted me again. Again, it's bizarre. But yes, he outspots me. There he is. Not by much. As he opens fire with his big old guns. That salvo, I don't know what he did there, but that was bad. He's healed again. So now I've got 20,000 HP to chew through as we start this engagement. A goal here again, I've got to get some fires lit. But I'm showing probably a little too much here. Yeah, that kind of hurt. That kind of hurt. But I've still got a heal available. Which I do finally go ahead and use my last heal here. As he... down to 14k, so I've still got the health of it. There we go. 8 pens and a fire. That feels really good. And it looks as if his DCP is not available because he's continuing to burn. Oh, he's going to go out in seconds. He's going to beach himself. Yes. Yeah, now your little twisty-turny maneuvers are over, sir. Outstanding. And at last, there's the double fire that I need. He's healing, but he's on 2 fires. I should be able to overcome this eventually, and there we go. Finally bagged the Alaska and an arsonist.
We kicked ass.
That's right, Duke. Duke Nukem is my XO. And finally, after nearly 12 minutes of just kiting these guys endlessly and my battleships refusing to engage meaningfully, except possibly the Missouri in the middle of the map, we're finally going to cap out this game. Oh. This is one of the reasons that ranked is so frustrating, right? Like, if you've got a radar cruiser, battleship players, I want you to listen to me. If you have a radar cruiser, like, within radar range of you and a cap circle, don't run. There's just no need, right? Any threat that pops up, a major threat that pops up to you, you're going to be able to see it. And between you and the cruiser, you're going to be able to annihilate it. Like, it's not... Stop. What are you doing? Play smarter. Please play smarter. Anyway, guys, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that battle report. We're skipping Scuttlebutt today because there's just not a whole lot of news to talk about, but I did want to get something on the channel, so there you go. Enjoy. You guys have a great weekend. Check out PTS, Big AA Changes. I'll catch you next week. Be safe out there.